Welcome to our deep dive into the world of eBay. You want to start your own eBay business and shared Marsha Collier's Starting an eBay Business for Dummies with us. To kind of map it all out, get this. Did you know that some eBay sellers are making thousands just by selling vintage lunchboxes?
Really?
Yeah. We're about to uncover all those kind of hidden gems and learn how to build a successful business, from like picking a niche to crafting killer listings.
It's fascinating how eBay can be a side hustle for some and like a full-blown career for others. Collier's book is a fantastic guide no matter where you envision yourself on that spectrum.
Right. It's pretty amazing. So let's start at the very beginning. How do you actually get started on eBay?
Well, you create an account,
Mm.
and there's a choice to make right away. Personal or business, it might seem simple, but deciding which type of account to set up can have long-term implications for your business structure and taxes.
I see. So it's important to think about those things up front, even if you're just testing the waters. And what about the seller name? How much does that matter?
It's more important than you might think. Your seller name is like your storefront sign in the digital world. It needs to be memorable, relevant to what you're selling, and build trust with potential buyers. Think of it as branding from day one.
That makes a lot of sense. You wouldn't want a name that confuses buyers or makes them question your legitimacy. Okay, so we've got our account and a catchy name. What's next? We need something to actually sell, right?
Absolutely. This is where Collier's advice really shines. She talks about leveraging your existing knowledge. So what are you passionate about? What do you know a lot about? That expertise could be your golden ticket to finding a profitable niche on eBay.
That's a great point. You could turn your hobby into a business. But what if you don't have a specific passion or expertise that translates easily to selling?
Collier has a solution for that too. She recommends using eBay's completed listings feature to research market demand. It's like having a window into what's actually selling and for how much. You might be surprised by what people are buying.
Okay, so now we're ready to start finding products. But where do we look? It's not like we can just walk into a store and magically know it's going to sell well on eBay.
This is where the treasure hunt begins. Collier talks about several sourcing methods: retail arbitrage, wholesaling, dropshipping, even thrift stores, and estate sales. Each approach has its own pros and cons depending on your goals and resources.
Wow, there are so many options. Let's break those down a bit further. Starting with retail arbitrage, what exactly does that involve?
Retail arbitrage is essentially buying low and selling high. You find discounted items at retail stores or online, and then resell them on eBay for a profit. It's a popular method, but it requires a keen eye for deals and a good understanding of pricing strategies.
It's like being a professional bargain hunter. What about wholesaling? How is that different?
Wholesaling involves buying products in bulk from suppliers at a discounted price. This could be a great option if you want to sell larger quantities and have some upfront capital to invest.
I imagine that also requires some serious storage space, especially if you're dealing with large items. What about drop shipping? I've heard that term thrown around a lot lately.
Dropshipping is an interesting model where you sell products online without actually holding any inventory. You partner with a supplier who handles storage and shipping directly to the customer. It can be a low overhead way to start an eBay business, but it also comes with its own challenges.
Right, like relying on a supplier for timely fulfillment and quality control, that could definitely get tricky. And then, of course, there's the thrill of the hunt at thrift stores and estate sales.
Ah, yes, the classic treasure hunt. Collier reminds us that you can find some amazing hidden gems in these places. Vintage clothing, antique furniture, rare collectibles, it's all out there waiting to be discovered and given a new life on eBay.
That sounds like a fun way to spend a weekend. Scouring flea markets and antique shops for hidden treasures. It's almost like playing a real-life game of Antiques Roadshow. But, okay, let's say we've got our product sourced and ready to go. Now we need to create listings that actually make people want to buy them.
Right, absolutely. Collier devotes an entire chapter to the art of crafting a killer eBay listing. It's all about presentation, making your product stand out in a sea of listings, and it all starts with the title.
Okay, so let's talk titles. What are the key ingredients to a title that grabs attention and actually converts into sales?
Collier stresses the importance of using keywords that match what buyers are actually searching for. Imagine someone is looking for a specific pair of vintage Levi's jeans. Your title needs to include those keywords: vintage, Levi's, the specific style, size, and any other relevant details.
So, it's not just about being creative or catchy. You need to be specific and think about how people are actually searching on eBay.
Exactly. And it's not just about stuffing keywords in there either. Your title needs to be clear, concise, and easy to read. You have a limited number of characters to work with, so every word counts.
I see. It's a delicate balance between being informative and enticing. What about the description? Is that where we get to flex our creative writing muscles?
The description is where you paint a picture of your product and convince buyers why they need it. Collier recommends a balance between providing detailed information and keeping it engaging.
So, not too technical and not too fluffy.
Exactly. You want to highlight the key features and benefits in a way that's easy to scan and digest. Think bullet points, concise language, and an emphasis on what makes your product unique or desirable.
It's almost like writing the back of a cereal box, but for way more interesting things than cereal.
And of course,
Yeah.
we can't forget about visuals. Photos are crucial for online selling.
Right. A picture is worth 1,000 words, especially when you're buying something online and can't see it in person. What are Collier's tips for taking photos that make buyers click Add to Cart?
Collier is all about honesty and transparency. Your photo should accurately represent the product, highlighting its condition and any imperfections. Use bright lighting, multiple angles, and avoid distracting backgrounds. You want your product to be the star of the show.
That makes a lot of sense. No one wants to receive an item that looks completely different in person than it did in the photos. It's all about building trust and setting realistic expectations.
Absolutely. And remember, you're not just selling a product. You're selling an experience. From the moment someone clicks on your listing to the moment they receive their package, you want to create a positive and memorable impression. And speaking of creating a positive experience, let's dive into a crucial aspect of eBay selling that's often overlooked. Mastering eBay's unique marketplace dynamics, unlike a traditional store. Your success on eBay hinges on so much more than just having great products.
You're talking about those mysterious eBay algorithms.
Right.
I've heard whispers about them, but I'm still not quite sure how they work.
It's true. They can seem a bit like a black box. But Collier breaks down how those algorithms determine which listings get seen by more buyers. Think of it as a giant puzzle where visibility is the ultimate prize, and factors like seller reputation, category rankings, and how well your listings align with buyer searches all play a role.
So, even if I have the most amazing product and the best photos, it won't matter if my listing gets buried in search results.
Exactly. Remember, eBay's goal is to connect buyers with the products they want quickly and efficiently. So they prioritize listings from sellers who have proven track records, offer products that are in demand, and use keywords that match what buyers are searching for.
That makes sense. So, as a seller, how do I crack the code and get my listing seen by the right people?
Collier provides a roadmap for building a strong seller reputation, which starts with providing excellent customer service and shipping promptly. The more positive feedback you accumulate, the more eBay's algorithms will favor your listings. Think of it as building trust not only with buyers, but with eBay itself.
So, it's about creating a positive feedback loop. Happy customers leave positive reviews, which boosts my visibility, leading to more sales and even happier customers. I like it.
Precisely. And when it goes to category rankings, Collier advises focusing on niches where you can truly establish yourself as an expert. Instead of trying to be everything to everyone, specialize in a specific category and become the go-to source for those products.
So, instead of listing everything from vintage toys to power tools, I should focus on, say, antique books or designer handbags.
That's the idea.
Okay.
By focusing on a specific niche, you can hone your expertise, attract buyers who are specifically looking for those products,
Yeah.
and ultimately stand out in a crowded marketplace. Think of it as carving out your own unique space in the vast eBay landscape.
Okay. I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together, but let's rewind a bit and talk about something we touched on earlier. Choosing between options and fixed price listings. Collier emphasizes that this decision is key for maximizing sales.
It's true. Choosing the right format depends on understanding buyer psychology and how different listings can create a sense of urgency or value. Auctions are fantastic for those rare or collectible items where buyers are willing to compete for ownership.
Right. There's that thrill of the chase. I've seen bidding wars on eBay get pretty intense, especially in the final minutes. But fixed price listings seem more straightforward. You set a price and that's it.
Exactly. For everyday items with stable market demand, fixed price listings offer buyers a clear price and the convenience of an instant purchase. It's a more predictable approach,
Yeah.
especially for buyers who value speed and simplicity.
So it's about understanding your target audience and choosing the format that best aligns with their buying habits. Now, once the sale is made, the journey's not over. Efficient shipping is a whole other ballgame, and it can be crucial for both customer satisfaction and protecting your profits.
Absolutely. Efficient shipping is paramount. Collier emphasizes choosing sturdy packaging materials and using ample cushioning to protect fragile items.
Mm.
Imagine receiving a vintage record player that arrived shattered. That's a surefire way to get negative feedback.
Oh, I can relate. I once ordered a vintage teacup online, and it arrived in a flimsy cardboard box with a single sheet of bubble wrap. It practically disintegrated in transit. Clearly, that seller didn't read Collier's book.
It's a classic example of what not to do. And it's not just about protecting the product. Collier highlights the importance of clear labeling, tracking numbers, and communicating estimated delivery times. These are all part of providing excellent customer service and exceeding expectations.
Right. It's those little details that can make a big difference. And when it comes to customer service, Collier stresses that it's the backbone of any successful eBay business.
She's spot on. In today's online world, responsiveness and helpfulness are more important than ever. Ignoring inquiries, taking days to respond, or being rude can lead to negative feedback and damage your reputation. Word travels fast online.
It's like that saying, a happy customer tells a friend, an unhappy customer tells everyone. So, let's say a customer reaches out with a question. How quickly should I respond?
Collier recommends responding to inquiries as promptly as possible, ideally within 24 hours. Even if you don't have an immediate solution, acknowledging the inquiry and letting the customer know you're working on it goes a long way in building trust and goodwill.
Okay, that's a great benchmark to keep in mind. And what about returns? They're a part of online selling that I'm not exactly looking forward to dealing with.
Returns are inevitable, but Collier offers some great advice on handling them smoothly. Have a clear return policy outlined in your listings. Communicate clearly with buyers throughout the return process, and issue refunds promptly. It might seem like a hassle, but handling returns efficiently can turn a potentially negative experience into a positive one.
Right. It's an opportunity to show that you stand behind your products and care about customer satisfaction. Okay, so we've tackled shipping and returns. What about managing the day-to-day operations of my eBay business? It seems like once sales start rolling in, things could get overwhelming pretty quickly.
Collier provides some great tips for staying organized, and she emphasizes the importance of using eBay's seller dashboard to track sales, inventory, and customer communications. Think of it as your command center for your eBay empire.
It's like having a virtual assistant who keeps track of everything for you. I could definitely use one of those.
Exactly. The seller dashboard is a powerful tool for managing your eBay business, and Collier provides practical advice on setting up systems for inventory management, order fulfillment, and even record keeping.
Okay, I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel here, but let's not forget about marketing. We need to attract buyers to our listings.
Right. Of course. Collier dedicates an entire chapter to eBay marketing strategies, and it's a goldmine of information. We've already touched on SEO and social media, but there's so many other ways to reach potential buyers.
Like what? Spill the beans.
Collier talks about the power of promoted listings, which give your product a little extra visibility in eBay's search results. It's a paid feature, but it can be incredibly effective for reaching a wider audience.
It's like boosting your listings to the top of the search results. I've seen that on other websites, but I didn't realize you could do that on eBay.
You absolutely can. And Collier provides tips on choosing the right keywords, setting bids, and tracking the performance of your promoted listings. It's a valuable tool for getting your product seen by the right people.
But paid advertising is just one piece of the marketing puzzle.
Right.
What about more organic approaches?
Absolutely. Collier emphasizes the power of promotions and discounts, especially limited-time offers that create a sense of urgency. Think flash sales, buy one, get one deals, free shipping offers, anything that incentivizes buyers to take action.
I love a good deal. I'm definitely more likely to buy something if I feel like I'm getting a special offer.
Exactly. And Collier provides examples of successful promotions used by eBay sellers, highlighting the importance of targeting the right audience and aligning your promotions with seasonal events or shopping trends.
Okay, so we've got promoted listings and discounts covered. What about social media? How can I use those platforms to drive traffic to my eBay listings?
Collier is a big advocate of using social media to showcase your products, connect with potential buyers, and build a brand identity that extends beyond eBay itself.
So it's not just about posting links to my listings on Facebook or Instagram. There's more to it than that.
Absolutely. Collier recommends using a mix of visuals, engaging content, and behind-the-scenes glimpses of your business to capture people's attention. Think of it as creating a community around your products, not just listing them in a virtual storefront.
Right. It's about building relationships and engaging with people who share your passions. What about eBay-related forums and groups? I've heard those can be helpful for connecting with other sellers.
They absolutely can. Collier emphasizes the value of joining those communities to network with other sellers, share tips and advice, and stay updated on industry trends. Think of it as tapping into the collective wisdom of the eBay community.
It's like having a support group and a brainstorming session all rolled into one. Okay. So we've explored marketing strategies, we've streamlined our operations, and we're building a loyal following. What's next on our eBay adventure?
Collier challenges us to think about the long-term vision for our eBay business. Do we want to remain a casual seller? Or do we aspire to scale our operations and create a thriving e-commerce empire?
World domination. I like the sound of that. But seriously, what are the key considerations when it comes to scaling an eBay business?
Collier provides a roadmap for growth, highlighting the power of automation, strategic product line expansion, and the benefits of an eBay store subscription.
Okay, let's unpack those one by one. We've touched on automation briefly, but how can it help me manage a growing eBay business?
Imagine automatically relisting items that haven't sold, sending personalized thank you notes to buyers, or even generating shipping labels with a single click. These are just a few examples of how automation can save you countless hours and free up your time to focus on other aspects of your business.
That sounds like a dream, especially as my business grows and I have more listings and orders to manage. What about expanding my product lines? How do I know which new products to add to my inventory?
Collier suggests conducting thorough market research, paying attention to buyer feedback, and even experimenting with new categories to see what resonates with your audience. Don't be afraid to try new things and see what sticks.
So, it's not just about adding more of the same products. It's about strategically expanding my offerings based on data, insights, and even a bit of intuition. What about eBay store subscriptions? We haven't talked much about those yet.
An eBay store subscription is like leveling up your business, giving you access to advanced features and benefits that can significantly impact your growth.
It's like upgrading from a food truck to a brick-and-mortar restaurant. What kind of features are we talking about here?
Think lower fees, access to advanced marketing tools, and the ability to create a more professional and branded storefront.
Okay, that sounds pretty impressive. So it's not just about aesthetics, it's about having more control over my brand and access to tools that can help me reach more buyers.
Exactly. And with an eBay store, you can customize your storefront, create promotional banners, and even offer discounts to loyal customers. It's a powerful way to enhance your brand identity and create a more cohesive shopping experience.
Wow, that's a lot to take in, but I'm starting to see how an eBay store could be a game changer for a growing business.
It definitely can be. But as with any business venture, there are also potential pitfalls that eBay sellers need to be aware of. Collier devotes an entire chapter to these common mistakes, and it's a must-read for anyone looking to avoid costly blunders.
Okay, I'm all ears. What are some of the biggest mistakes that eBay sellers often make?
One of the most common pitfalls is overpricing items. You might think you have a rare gem, but if the price is too high, buyers will simply scroll on by. It's like setting up shop in a ghost town. No matter how great your products are, if no one can afford them, you're not going to make any sales.
Ouch, that's a good analogy. So how do I find that sweet spot between making a profit and staying competitive?
Collier emphasizes the importance of thorough market research. Look at what similar items are selling for. Consider factors like shipping costs and eBay fees, and be realistic about the perceived value of your product.
Right. It's all about finding that balance between profit and perceived value. What other traps should I be wary of?
Another common mistake is neglecting customer service. In the online world, where personal interactions are limited, responsiveness and helpfulness are crucial for building trust and loyalty. Ignoring inquiries, taking too long to respond, or being rude can quickly damage your reputation and lead to negative feedback.
Yeah. It's amazing how quickly a few negative reviews can impact your business. It's like that saying, it takes years to build a reputation and seconds to destroy it.
Exactly. Collier stresses the importance of responding to inquiries promptly and professionally, even if they're challenging. It's also crucial to have a clear return policy and handle returns efficiently and fairly.
So, it's about managing expectations, being transparent, and treating customers with respect, even when things don't go perfectly. And speaking of things not going perfectly, let's talk about the dreaded negative feedback. It's every eBay seller's nightmare, but it's bound to happen at some point.
It's true. Negative feedback is inevitable. But Collier provides some excellent advice on handling it in a way that minimizes the damage and even turns it into an opportunity to showcase your commitment to customer satisfaction.
Okay, so instead of freaking out and firing off an angry response, what's the best approach?
First and foremost, stay calm and professional. Respond to the feedback publicly, acknowledging the customer's concerns and offering a solution. This shows potential buyers that you take customer service seriously and are willing to go the extra mile to make things right.
It's like turning a negative into a positive. Are there any other strategies for mitigating the impact of negative feedback?
Absolutely. Collier suggests encouraging satisfied customers to leave positive reviews. The more positive feedback you have, the less impact a few negative reviews will have on your overall rating. It's also a good idea to offer partial refunds or replacements when appropriate, showing buyers that you're willing to go above and beyond to resolve issues.
It's all about building that positive reputation, brick by brick. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, from mastering eBay's algorithms to handling those inevitable bumps in the road. It's clear that Collier's book is a goldmine of information for anyone looking to succeed on eBay.
It's a reminder that success on eBay requires more than just listing items and hoping for the best. It's about understanding the platform's nuances, leveraging its features, and adopting a strategic approach to marketing, customer service, and growth.
It's about treating your eBay business like a real business, with a vision, a plan, and a commitment to continuous improvement. But with all this talk about strategy and algorithms, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the human element of eBay selling. In a world of increasingly automated processes and impersonal online interactions, how can we, as eBay sellers, maintain that human touch and create a more authentic and meaningful marketplace experience?
That's a fantastic question, and it's one that Collier addresses throughout her book. It's easy to get caught up in the technical aspects of eBay selling, the algorithms, the marketing strategies, the pursuit of profit. But at its core, eBay is a platform that connects people with shared interests and passions.
That's a great point. It's easy to forget that there are real people behind those usernames and profile pictures.
Exactly. And Collier reminds us that by prioritizing those human connections, we not only enhance the eBay experience for everyone involved, but we also create a more sustainable and fulfilling business for ourselves.
It's a beautiful reminder that success is not just about the bottom line, it's about building relationships, fostering trust, and creating a positive impact.
Absolutely. Think about it this way. When you buy something from a local artisan at a craft fair, you're not just buying a product, you're buying a story, a connection to the person who created it.
Right, you're supporting their passion and their craft. And I've had similar experiences on eBay, finding unique items from sellers who clearly love what they do. It makes the whole experience so much more meaningful.
Exactly. And that's what sets eBay apart from those giant, impersonal online retailers. It's a platform where individual sellers can shine, where buyers can discover one-of-a-kind treasures, and where those human connections can flourish.
I love that. It's like a global community of passionate buyers and sellers.
Precisely. And Collier encourages us to embrace that community aspect, to engage with buyers, share our stories, and build relationships that extend beyond individual transactions.
Yeah. It's not just about making a sale, it's about creating an experience.
Exactly. Think about how you can make each interaction special, whether it's a handwritten thank you note tucked into a package or a prompt and helpful response to a customer inquiry.
Yeah.
Those small gestures can make a world of difference.
And they can turn a one-time buyer into a loyal customer.
Absolutely. It's all about creating those positive ripple effects.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive. I feel like I have a whole new perspective on eBay. It's not just an online marketplace. It's a platform for connecting, creating, and building something truly special.
It truly is. And Collier's book is a fantastic guide for anyone looking to navigate this world and create a successful and fulfilling eBay business.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into starting an eBay business for dummies, what's the one piece of advice you would give to aspiring eBay entrepreneurs?
Embrace the human element. Remember that behind every transaction, there are real people with passions, stories, and a desire to connect. By prioritizing those human connections, you'll not only create a more positive experience for yourself and your buyers, but you'll also set yourself apart in a world that's increasingly dominated by algorithms and automation.
That's fantastic advice, and I think it applies to so much more than just eBay. It's a reminder to bring that human touch to everything we do, both online and offline.
Absolutely. So as you embark on your eBay journey, remember to stay curious, stay adaptable, and never stop learning. The world of e-commerce is constantly evolving, and the most successful sellers are those who embrace change and continuously seek new ways to improve their businesses.
And most importantly, have fun. Selling on eBay can be a truly rewarding experience, both personally and financially. So go forth, intrepid eBay entrepreneurs, and put your newfound knowledge into action. List those items, craft those compelling descriptions, and connect with buyers from around the globe.
And remember, we're here to support you every step of the way. If you have any questions, want to share your experiences, or connect with fellow eBay enthusiasts, be sure to join our online community. We're all in this together, and we can't wait to see what amazing things you create on eBay.
Until next time, happy selling!